Hey man, my name is Mike, and I am honored to be bringing you this week's devotions. Now, the theme for the week is the God who tells. Now, to kick it off, there's a scripture in James chapter 4, verse 8, and what it says is when we come near to God, he comes near to us. Another translation says, when we draw close to God, he draws close to us. Now, what that scripture doesn't mean is that God is out there hiding somewhere, and if we somehow stumble across him, then he reveals himself to us as we draw near. That's not what it's talking about. The idea is as we intentionally seek God, we become more aware of the different ways God reveals himself to us on a day-to-day basis. God reveals himself to all of us in different ways, shapes, and forms. And the more we draw close to him or draw near to him, we might be more aware of the different ways we can see him at work and hear from him in our everyday life. One life-changing moment in my life came in high school when I started attending a church just more for the social aspect and the sports part of the ministry. But through that, I signed up to go on a mission trip down to Mexico because Mexico sounds way better than Canadian winter. So I signed up to go, and when we went down there, each day we would help in the village and help feed the poor and maybe help paint a little bit. And then every evening we had a worship service with our little group. And every day the pastor started off and he asked the question, where did you see God today? Now my reflex answer was, nowhere. But then someone put their hand up and they started sharing a story about how they saw God that day. And I'm looking around thinking, this person's nuts and needs tons of prayer. Because I thought they actually meant they physically saw God. But as the week went on and the pastor kept asking this question, I started becoming more aware of what he was saying, and what he was trying to do was to help us come close to God and seek him and draw near and become more aware of the different ways God was revealing himself to us on that mission trip. And for me, that was life changing because it allowed me to see God in a different way and to hear God in a different way. So my hope for this week as we journey through these devotions is that you can see different ways of how God reveals himself to you. Now, I encourage you, if you haven't, subscribe on the website so you can receive the daily devotions. And also invite a few friends of yours, a few men, to journey along these devotions with you as we focus on the theme, the God who tells, and discover different ways of how God is revealing himself to you.